What's up, homie?
Potato, homie.
Don't feel bad when I'm down, I'ma be okay. This red gon' come right back around and smack the BOA. Only the members gon' come round if you was down one. We go back like Tom Brady on a shotgun. Knew I was finna be great when I came out the wound. They hate that I'm a butterfly that came out that cocoon.
Hey, I'm gonna show y'all how to test the starter while it's still on the car to save you the time and trouble of taking it off to test it. I see a lot of videos on YouTube where people taking their starters off the car to test them to find out the starter is still good or possibly that it was bad. But you can test it while it's still on the car so you don't take it off for nothing.
Feel me?
Alright, today's specimen is gonna be a 04 G35.
Hey, you there.
The dang on thing don't want to start. I believe it's the starter. I'm gonna show you why I believe it's the starter. So if you look up under here, that's your starter right there. It's on the passenger side in the front. So what this big section is right here, this your starter. Circle thing, got this connector. This connector is the signal from the ignition switch. When you turn the key, it sends the signal through this wire, and this connector goes to the starter. So this is connected into there. I already took it out, but when you turn the key and send the signal through here, it activates the starter. All you need is a wire. Put it in that connector, and this wire that you put inside the connector, you want to touch to the hot side of the starter. This grommet right here is covering the hot side of the starter. That is always hot. That's why they cover it with rubber, just in case metal touch it, you don't start arcing and start a fire. So that goes directly to the battery, and I believe it also passes through the alternator. So that's always hot. To send a signal to the starter, all you need to do is get a wire, put it inside that connector. That one right there. I don't know why it ain't focusing. There we go. That one right there. And then touch the hot side of the starter. And you should hear the starter make noise. If you don't hear it doing nothing, then something ain't right.
For real?
See if I can do this. All right.
Shut up.
All right. So I got it out of the way. I just took it and wedged it. What you want to do, you want to take this wire and touch it. And you should get a reaction from the starter. But if you don't, there's something wrong with it. And as you can see, I'm touching it, and it ain't doing nothing. Why? I'm not getting no click, click, clack, clack. It should go click, 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 click. But it ain't doing nothing. So this starter is no bueno. Now let me show you how to take it out.
Okay.
All right, to get the starter out, there's two bolts holding this, and one of them, it's this bolt right here. It's holding this bracket where this connector is. You want to loosen that bolt right there, and there's one more under the bottom right here. So just follow these two lines underneath. It's that bolt right there. They 14 millimeter. I used a regular size ratchet 3/8 with the long handle to get the bottom one, but at the top it's not really a lot of room, so I used a ratchet with a shorter handle. My bolts wasn't in there too tight, so I was able to do it. So let me get those out and pull the starter up out of there. Why? The starter is ready to fall out. Before you take it down, don't forget to take off this hot wire right here, and before you do that, disconnect the battery, because if this cable, like I said, I got that fire on it. This wire right here is full of fire. If it touch metal, you're gonna have 4th of July up under here. So make sure you disconnect the battery. Disconnect it. This bolt right here is a 12 millimeter, okay? Get that off. And then, as you can see it wiggling. It's ready to come out. There you go. It fell out already. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this down, and we go bench test it one more time just to make sure. All right, so the starter is off car. We just mimicking what we did in the car. We got the ground side. I'm using a jumper box, matter of fact. The ground is grounded to the starter, which is black. The red is the hot, And remember that wire that be on this not connected, but on this bolt right here, it's the hot wire. And then I got the same green wire going to the connector where you get your signal from the ignition switch when you turn the key. So all we gonna do is take this wire, which connected to there, and touch some fire, the hot side. See, it ain't doing nothing. I got it to kick once or twice, but it was like a weak kick and it don't want to do it no more. But if this was a good starter, it'd be kicking out every time I touch it. Clack, clack, clack. You hear it over here. Clack, 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 clack. And it'd be spinning too. Now, just because it's kicking out don't mean that it work. It got to kick out and spin. Sometimes you will see it kick out, but it won't spin. This one ain't doing nothing. I can't get it to kick out or spin. Clack, 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 clack. This thing ain't no good. So now we know for a fact that we need a starter.
Man, we don't need a starter. It's called a Flintstones. Yabba dabba do.
Dabba dabba do. So we seen what a non-working starter does. This one works, so I just want to demonstrate. Same thing. Ground, power, signal wire. Touch it, it should kick. So check out the front. Oh, seen it kick? I gotta hold this thing. It fell over. Let me see if I can put my foot on it. Here we go. See that? That mean it worked. All right, so let's get this thing on the car. Everything is the reversal of what you did to take it off. Once I get it on there, turn the key, and hopefully this bad boy fire up.
Yeah, boy.
I got everything back together. Car is on the ground. My beautiful wife, she go do the honors.
Oh, I got started.
Yeah, you want to turn the key, see what happens. And there we go. Fire right up. So that's how you check to see if your starter is bad without removing it. Like I said, you don't want to take all that time and effort to take off the starter and then you find out it's still good and it's something else. So you can test it the same way I did with it still being on the car. So like, subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Let YouTube. What? No, I'll be trying, baby. I'll be trying.